There's 21 different link building techniques in the game of SEO. Some of them are legit and can get sexy DR90 links like these that I have on diggitymarketing.com. Other techniques can get hundreds of high volume links with a single effort. Others are dog poo poo and a complete waste of your time. My name is Matt Diggity and I literally build backlinks for a living through my 5 SEO companies. In this video, I'm going to be exposing the truth about link building and ranking all 21 techniques in a tier list, so you can know which to double down on and which ones you can tell your competitors are the bomb with an anonymous account on SEO Reddit. Here's how it's going to go down. For each link building technique, I'm going to give them a rating and a tier list. S tier is the best of the best. These are the ones that undoubtedly get you a higher ranking on Google. The ones that you probably slap your mama for. A tier belongs in everyone's SEO toolkit with a brain. These links get movement and build authority on Google. B tier links can also build powerful links, but you want to dabble in them from time to time, not make them your bread and butter. C tier link building techniques are okay. They just might not be cost or effort effective. D tier links are just a classic waste of time and are sadly a crowd favorite amongst SEO noobs. And lastly, E-tier techniques will either hurt your website or in the very best case, will be completely ignored by Google. And for the good links, I'm also going to tell you exactly how I get them. But real quick before I get started, I wanted to let you know that the Search Initiative is taking on a handful of clients right now for $1,000 off your first month, in exchange for a testimonial down the road. Just head on over to thesearchinitiative.com, put your deets into the form, and we'll get right back to you. I'm going to kick things off and do everyone a big favor by knocking out the entire E-tier in one shot. Remember, these are the links that hurt your website or in the very best case scenario are ignored by Google. In this category, we have blog comments, where you're going to blogs and commenting like it's 2014 and deluding yourself that you're actually doing SEO. Then we have forum link building, where you're essentially doing the same thing on forums. Profile link building, where you're making accounts on Reddit, Quora, SoundCloud, and whatever. Web 2.0 link building, when you're digging up old antique diagrams like this one and creating Weebly, Blogger, and WordPress.com sites as if Google is still a moron of a search engine. And last but not least, automated software links, where you're going to be using tools like GSA, SE Nuke, or Money Robot to basically negative SEO your own website. Hell, even ChatGPT knows these links blow. Why do they suck so bad? Well, Google has a link spam problem, and it's a very hard problem to solve. Imagine the computation cost of analyzing the trillions of backlinks on the internet. So they're forced to make heuristics and cut corners. Blog comments, web 2s, forum links. Google knows that anyone can create these links for free with 60 seconds of time. A blog comment isn't viewed as a vote that one website is saying that another website's content is good. You made the damn blog comment yourself. So algorithmically, Google knows that they could ignore spammy links like these and they're not going to break the internet. That said, collect enough of them and you'll eventually land yourself an unnatural links manual penalty, which is no bueno. Next, let's talk about guest posts, which is an A-tier link building technique. With guest posting, you're reaching out to websites, offering to write them content in which you'll place a link to your own website. Like this guest post that I landed on HostGator, a DR90, on the actual topic of guest posting. How meta is that? Why is it A-tier? Well, it's the most highly utilized form of link building according to a poll I took in my 32,000 member Facebook group. And it's so popular because it gets results. Make sure to check out my video called Guest Posting on Steroids if you're building them yourself. Next up, we have image outreach, which is a B-tier technique, one that you want to dabble in. My business partner and I took a bunch of pictures of us drawing equations and shit on a window. I used Google's reverse image search to see where it was being used, and then reached out to DR89s like this one and asked them to link to my site in exchange for using it. This technique can get you links on domains that you previously thought were out of reach. You just don't want to make it your primary link source. By the way, I had a suspicion that Google might have started ignoring these links in a past link spam update, but that's not the case according to a recent single variable test that I did. Next, we have skyscraper link building, a D-tier technique, which is a waste of time, which is why I never bother with it. With skyscraper, you're creating a mega guide on a specific topic in your niche, like this ultimate list of 100 free stock photo sites. Then you scrape up every website that's already linked to a similar article. And then you send them an email like this. Hey, I saw you linked to a piece of crap article on photography, you should link to mine instead. Skyscraper used to work well before it got played out. But these days, the only skyscraper links you're gonna get for free are from sites that you don't actually want links from. The rest are gonna ask for money. And if you're gonna pay, there's way more efficient methods coming up later. Let's move on to digital PR, an S-tier technique, baby. I conducted a survey asking people which tech companies had the biggest impact on the world. Here were the results. Then I contacted a bunch of journalists and told them about my research with the hopes that they'd publish it on high-end sites. And boy did they, including the New York freaking Times. Check out my video called I Spent $97,000 to Learn Digital PR to learn how to do it yourself. That said, digital PR can be hit and miss. These days, I'm outsourcing 90% of my digital PR work to Ferry and the awesome team over at searchintelligence.co.uk. By the way, here's a quick word from the sponsor of this video, Search Intelligence.
This campaign got us big links in websites such as Lifehacker, Wales Online, Daily Record, and about 20 other news websites. Let me show you how we've done it. We knew that people will be flying a lot this summer, and we knew that journalists will be writing about this topic a lot. So, on behalf of our client, we put together a nice guide about how to fall asleep on the plane. Then we use MuckRack to find journalists who write about travel. Then we put our advice in a nice email and send the tips to the journalists. Within just a few days, the links started landing, securing our client natural placements in really big websites, just like this, and this. This is a great example about how you can leverage seasonal trends to earn links to a website. Anticipate what journalists want to write about at all times and give them the stories that they need. They will reward you with some great, juicy links. I hope this is helpful.
Now back to the video. Next up, we have the technique of creating link bait articles in order to attract links. And I'm assigning this to C tier, meaning that I do it, but I'm not exactly sure if it's worth the effort compared to other techniques. A while back, I wrote this complete SEO guide to anchor text. I'm not complaining, it's naturally picked up 151 links. But this is more the exception than the rule. If you really want to go down this link bait road, take a page from Brian Dean's playbook. If you load up exploding topics into Ahrefs, you'll see that he has 47 different link bait articles with statistics in the title. So essentially, he's become a topical authority on statistics. Don't just write a link bait article or two. Go all in with a fully thought out content plan. Next up, we have Help a Reporter Out, otherwise known as Haro, an A-tier technique that should already be part of your backlink strategy. When you sign up for Haro, 3 times a day you're going to get an email like this. These are all requests from journalists seeking experts to give them quotes on these subjects. If they use your quote, then they're going to link to your site for free. See this article on DR92 Yahoo Finance? Yep, that's my link right there. To succeed at Haro, you need to reply to as many of these quote requests as possible. The issue with this is that you're likely to lose your goddamn mind. So in order to keep your sanity, use ChatGPT. The next problem is that so many SEOs are already using ChatGPT, so to say Haro is overcrowded would be an understatement. Next, I got a twofer for you because they're about the same thing, and that's a D-tier broken link building and unlinked mentions techniques, which in my opinion are not worth the time. With broken link building, you find out where websites are linking to dead pages and 404 errors. Then you email them and say, yo, you're linking to a page that isn't there anymore, link to me instead. With unlinked mentions, you find out where people mentioned you or your website's name, but didn't give you a link. And then you're like, yo, what's up with that? You use my name, but why you no backlink, brah? There's a reason why both broken link building and unlinked mentions aren't worth it anymore. It's because when you email these site owners, they're gonna read it and say to themselves,
I don't give a fuck.
Your time is better spent on other link building techniques, like link insertions, an A-tier tactic. Next to guest posts, link insertions are my second most used link building tactic. You outreach to websites you want to link from and ask them to link to you from an already created article, preferably one that has a bunch of links itself. In 2024, most websites are going to ask for money. But the thing about link insertions, because it takes 10 seconds to update an article with a link, they don't charge as much. In the affiliate lab, I share a sick script that gets link insertions on the cheap. Next, we have a highly slept on technique, and that's link exchanges. It's a B-tier technique, which means it's great, but you don't want to do too much of it. This is when you get a link from a website in exchange for linking to them. Or there's also 3-way link exchanges where they'll link to you, but you use another one of your websites to link to them. Or you can even sneak them into a guest post that you're about to land. The most efficient way to get quality link exchanges is so stupid, you'll want to slap yourself. And that's by simply paying attention to your inbox. Guess what? Quality websites do outreach too, and there's a good chance that they've already reached out to you. How do you think I got this DR93 link from HubSpot? Next we have Expert Roundups, a C-tier medium. In this article I asked 30 SEO experts, what is your best tip to get high quality backlinks from authority sites? Overall it netted 11 high quality backlinks. After the roundup is complete, you can reach out to each one of these experts and ask them to link to it. Or at the very least, they can share it on social media with the hopes that someone else will link to it. The only reason that I don't like doing expert roundups too much is because of all the management. Imagine trying to cat herd 30 extremely distracted experts into giving you quotes and sharing your article. Next, we take a trip to the dark side with a black hat link building technique in PBNs. This is B tier, meaning that it gets great results, but you don't want to overdo it. With PBNs, you're buying up expired or auction domains, juicy domains that have a lot of links going to them. Then you're recreating these websites and then linking to your website from the homepage, which is like blasting your site with a PageRank fire hose of link juice. You just don't want to do too many of these because it's fairly unnatural to get a link from a homepage, which is why I typically send only 1 to 2 PBN links to my priority pages each with exact match anchor text. like best protein powder. You can also use PBNs as tier 2, using them to charge up your tier 1 white hat links. The main issue with PBNs is PBN management, having to maintain hundreds or thousands of websites, their hosting, their content, their indexing, all of it, which is why I outsource PBNs to rankclub.io. Next is infographics from the D tier. Probably not worth your time. I used to create infographics like this client SEO versus affiliate SEO one. You can then use it to reach out to websites with similar pieces of content and tell them they can use it to enrich their content by using your embed code, which links back to you. This used to work when infographics were new and all the rage. Nowadays, people just don't give a shit about them. They want richer media, like video content. Citations is next, a B tier technique. You should definitely do them, but they can't be your only strategy. Go out to free directories like Yelp, Trustpilot, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, etc. Add an entry for your website with name, address, and phone number with a link back to your website. These are one of the first links you want to build to a website. They're considered foundational links that normal, trustworthy businesses build first to their websites. To add, I ran a single variable test and found that citations provide value for websites even without a physical location, such as affiliate websites. To build citations, find a list like this of directory websites, then simply start building them out one by one. Next, we have press releases, which is a D-tier doo-doo link building technique. You submit a press release to a service, and then they syndicate that release out to a bunch of news sites. Actually, high-end press releases, like you get on PRWeb, are good for some diversity, or in cases you'd want to justify an acquisition method, 301 redirection. But the cheap ones that people use for who knows what, they only get you on crappy FM radio sites, which are going to be ignored by Google. Then we simply have buying your links from vendors, an A-tier technique that pretty much everyone in lucrative niches ends up doing. At a certain point in your business, you need to think about scale. Do you want to spend 5 hours a day reaching out to websites and begging for free links? Or do you want to spend that time to actually grow your business by focusing on key decisions? What I don't recommend is getting links from the spammers that somehow always seem to weasel their way into your inbox. They're all selling the same used and abused links. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more videos just like this one.